Hey guys, my name is Rachel Nelson. I am an animal caretaker here at the Pacific Science Center. I've been here for about a year now, and I'm going to show you some of our snakes today and walk through my daily routine with them. So first off, I've got Rigatoni here, who is a Western Hog Nose Snake. He has been with us since about September of 2019, and I was going to talk to you a little bit about him and why he's been hiding lately, and also just his journey with us, because we got him as a little bitty baby snake. He was about 5 inches long when we first got him, and he should be about 24 inches by the time he's full grown. Here he is, little teeny tiny guy. And right now, he has been hiding a lot lately because he is what we call pre-shed. So snakes shed their skin all at one time, including their little caps on their eyes. They don't have eyelids, they just have a hard scale on their eyes that keeps their eyes protected. So he is about to shed all of that skin off. So he's been hiding because he's making new skin underneath, and it feels a little strange right now for him. So here he is. He's about 10 to 11 inches long right now, so he's already doubled in size since we got him back in September. And like I said, when he's full grown, he'll be about 2 feet long. This little guy is, he is venomous, technically. So he has fangs in the very back of his teeny tiny mouth that produce a very low-grade venom. It wouldn't hurt me. We are way too big. But it does kill his prey. And in the wild, he would eat toads, which are actually poisonous. And that would make him poisonous and venomous, which is really cool. Here he just eats frozen thawed pinky mice, which are really teeny tiny mice. And he doesn't have to use his venom for those because they are already killed and thawed for him. And actually, getting him to eat was really interesting. Western hognose snakes are known for being really picky eaters. They're really difficult to transition off of toads in captivity. And so when I first got him, he was being enticed to eat with tuna juice, which I guess has a similar enough scent to toads that Western hognose snakes generally really enjoy it. And while there's nothing wrong with his food being scented with tuna juice, it makes feeding him a little bit more difficult, and we wanted him to be able to eat pinkies and mice without the need for scenting. So I actually worked with him for about 2.5 months probably to try to get him off of tuna scented mice. So at first I would have to thaw his mice completely in tuna juice, or at least dip the head completely in tuna juice. And it was the only way I could get him to eat for a couple weeks. And when they're this tiny, they really need to eat twice a week. So I was doing that for a long time, and then eventually we started diluting the tuna juice with water more and more. So I would do 3 parts tuna juice, I guess 4 parts tuna juice, 1 part water, and then just keep diluting it more until it was completely water. And now he's totally fine to eat mice completely thawed in water. They do have to be very, very hot, and they have to be very, very still. He's still a picky eater. That part won't change probably, but he now will eat completely on his own. So he's doing really well. Right now he is making new skin, and he shall be shiny and pretty and out and visible here pretty soon once he sheds his skin. So I'm gonna put this little guy back. There you go, little guy. There we go. I want to show you another snake we've got right now. This is a brand new snake to us. We just got him probably about 2 weeks ago, and he is something called a Kenyan Sand Boa. So Kenyan Sand Boas are from Eastern Africa, and they are going to be similar size to our dear friend Rigatoni. He will be about 1.5 to 2 feet long when he's fully grown. Right now he is about 1 foot long. He digs in the substrate that he lives in, so he likes to be completely submerged, and then he will come out and stick his little head out and hunt when he's ready to eat. So this guy is named Cannoli. He's a black and white Kenyan Sand Boa. And we are facing a very similar problem with Cannoli that we did with Rigatoni in the beginning. Kenyan Sand Boas do eat mice still in the wild, and small rodents, but they are also very picky eaters. So we're facing a similar but different problem here in the fact that he won't be enticed by the tuna juice the way that Rigatoni was, because toads aren't really his thing, fish aren't going to be his thing. So we're kind of having to get creative with some of the ways that we're trying to get him to eat. And right now, the most successful thing I found is to just reduce the size of his food. So he should be on fuzzy mice, but he's actually eating pinkies, and I just have to feed him more often. But he's been really good, and we're really happy to have him. He's a different species than we've ever had, which is really exciting. He's very easy to handle and very easygoing guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's great.
He is very happy to sit and hang out. He also likes it if you create a little burrow, because he does like to be in the dark and be underground. I believe it's a way to keep warm. There he is, yeah. When they are scared, they do a fun thing called pancaking, which is where they actually flatten out their entire body. It's quite odd to see, and he used to do that every single time we even open the cage, but now we've gotten him to the point where you can actually reach in there really gently, as long as you aren't digging around there too fast for him, and he will let you pick him up without any sort of pancaking happening. So he will be a really awesome animal to have on the stage here eventually. We just want him to get a little bit bigger before we do. Yeah, so these guys only live in Eastern Africa except for the pet trade. So they are becoming pretty popular in the pet trade. They are, as you can see, a very docile and easy snake to handle. Mm-hmm. He is a different color than what they would normally be. So they're normally an orange and dark brown color. So this is a result of the pet trade, is different colors of Kenyan Sand Boas.
He's very sweet.
He is a sweet boy. And he's got a little teeny mouth that kind of tapers at the very end that he uses to shovel in the dirt. So that's why his face is very long and narrow, whereas Rigatoni's is very flat and his nose turns up, because Rigatoni more scoots the dirt around and shovels his way in. This guy just kind of digs and drives himself through the dirt. And he's more on sand, and Rigatoni is more of a loose dirt type substrate.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.